Tammie Hoy-Hawkins here with CommunityWorks. Excited to have Crawford Reeves here with us today with AR Funding, who helps a lot of entrepreneurs here in the Upstate. Crawford, tell us a little bit about AR Funding and what you all do with entrepreneurs.
Yeah, so thank you. AR Funding is an accounts receivables funding and management company, also known as factoring. It's headquartered in Greenville, South Carolina, and it's been around since 1996. So we work with small to medium-sized businesses from startups up to companies that do about 70 million in annual sales. We help them with their cash flow by advancing money against their outstanding receivables. So basically, we can advance 85 to 90% upfront to companies, and when we hold the other 10 to 15%, and when we collect payment, then we give that 10 to 15% back, and minus our fee that we agree upon. So kind of just a simple way that I like to tell people is if company A has a $100 invoice, we advance them $90 up front. Once the good has been delivered, service rendered, they invoice, and their client pays us the full $100. We receive the payment. We release the $10 minus a fee, which is normally 1 to 2% for 30 days. So ultimately, company A will get $98 to $99 for that invoice. It's a little bit confusing, and so I try to lay it out so get kind of an idea.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And so really providing that cash flow that's necessary for entrepreneurs and businesses when they need it, right? So what types of entrepreneurs are sort of ideal, or can you share a couple of examples of entrepreneurs that you've worked with and really help them with this type of funding?
Yeah, so yeah, we work with a lot of the main industries that we work with is strictly business to business transactions. But the common industries with us are staffing, trucking, transportation, manufacturing, IT, professional services, government contracting, wholesalers, distributors. And a lot of those companies fit into the categories of have stable and increasing revenues, but need the extra working capital for growth. Maybe they've kind of hit a point of unprofitable operations, and they have a good plan to turn it around. We can step in, and then companies with limited track records, like startups, that need that working capital to get going. And then another one was really just companies that are established, have good balance sheets, and they're about to experience some very high growth that the bank's not fully comfortable with, where the bank is looking at what you have done versus we can look at what you plan to do and help in that regard. And then just also companies with a high concentration in their accounts receivables, and they need that temporary to bridge finance to get where they need to go.
Are there any types of businesses that you might not work with? I know you said startup and you said some different types of high growth businesses. I mean, are there someone that maybe not be a good fit for your type of funding?
Yes, so we don't work with any construction or third-party billing, medical third-party billing where there's insurance involved. So construction is one that we get calls on quite a bit that we're unable to help. But any business that has a good that they're delivering, and a service that they're rendering that can be verified independently by somebody that we can usually make it work.
And in terms of geographical or areas in which you serve, what specific areas here in South Carolina or regionally? Can you share a little bit about where you actually operate?
Yeah, so we're headquartered here in Greenville, South Carolina. We have sales reps located all over the country. We have one in Virginia, one in Atlanta, one in Birmingham, Denver, and in California. So we're able to do business nationwide with those folks that are located all over to kind of build their business there.
And where, if you couldn't help a business, do you have certain partners or referral that you would make to a business? So if you weren't able to help that individual?
Absolutely, yeah. In our industry, it's huge to have those to kind of help with your credibility to be able to refer folks out for help, because everyone's really hoping to help that business. we get a lot of calls where purchase order financing is needed, or like I mentioned, construction that we can't do. We have partners that do handle construction factoring, and like I mentioned, PO financing. There's so many different inventory equipment needs that folks have, and we're able to have lots of partnerships there to immediately refer those out so that they can get the help that they need as fast as possible, because it's usually a time sensitive matter.
Well, Crawford, if a business or an entrepreneur wanted to get in touch with you, how could they find you?
Yeah, so basically our website, arfunding.com, has a lot of great information. And then my email, creeves@arfunding, and cell phone is always on at 864-304-0678. Like I said, we're located in Greenville, in the Malden area.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.